Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to the Seasoned Vegan, that is. Today, I have a very special holiday spiced drink. It is one that I didn't have growing up, but once I reached adulthood, then I learned what it was. It is wassail. I've been pronouncing it like that, wassail, and I hope I'm pronouncing it right. If I'm not, please correct me. But I do understand the sentiment. It basically translates to be in good health or be in good fortune, and I absolutely love that sentiment for a holiday drink. I think it's so perfect. So let's get into the ingredients. What we're going to need are pretty, basic ingredients. It's a lot of spices, but it really adds to the whole, cup of cheer vibe that we're going for. So we've got some lemons. We're going to be juicing one of them and then slicing the other. We've also got a navel orange here, as well as 4 honeycrisp apples. And you could use 6 small ones or 4 large ones. I have pretty large ones here, so 4 it is. And then over here we've got some whole cranberries, which we're going to use as a garnish. We also have some sugar and then the spices. So for the spices, it's star anise, like the whole star pods, allspice, ground cinnamon, and then these are the whole cloves. And I will show you what we're going to be doing with those. We've also got some ground ginger and some whole cinnamon sticks, as well as some nutmeg. This is the nutmeg here. I just don't have a container for it. And then moving along, for the liquids, we have an entire gallon of apple cider, and this is just no sugar added, just pure apples, and then some cranberry juice in the back there. All right, so it sounds like a lot, but I'm going to show you how they all go together. So let's get started. First, I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees. And I also got out a large pot, which we're going to be using. But first, let's get these apples set. So I'm also using this pie dish because that's what I'm going to bake the apples in. But the first thing that we have to do is scoop out the inside of our apples. Okay, we're basically creating like little bowls in our apples to put sugar and spices in, and then we're going to bake them just whole like this. So let me show you how I scoop it out. First, I take a little paring knife and kind of work my way down about halfway through the apple. And then you can take a spoon or even an apple core would be easy. Way easier, I just don't have one. And you're going to just try and scoop out a hole about halfway deep. You basically want to get all of those seeds out. See the seeds down there? You want to get them all out and any pieces of like hard core. But you do not want to go all the way through because you want it to, function as a little bowl. So here we go. We're almost done with this one. Let me show you. Pretty easy if you use a spoon. It's not too hard. So there we go. That looks pretty good. So there we go. I have all 4 kind of dug out there. Now I'm going to set these aside and I'm going to show you how we mix up the the sugar and spice mixture. There we go. So we'll just set these to the side here. Bada boom, bada bang. All right, I have my brown sugar here. I think it's about 6 tablespoons. And of course, all of the measurements are going to be in the description below. And now we're just going to add all of our spices here. So we've got our ground cinnamon, our ground ginger, and our ground allspice. Boom, boom, boom. I'm just going to mix it all up. I'm pretty sure I also put my nutmeg in here. I just don't have the nutmeg container. But yeah, the nutmeg went into this one. It's all the ground spices getting mixed up with the sugar here. So just get it as well incorporated as you can. And then you're going to take this mixture and just fill all of your apples up with it. Just fill it all up. Boom, boom, boom. And then you're going to want to push it down a little bit, kind of pack that sugar mixture in there. Separate it evenly. So I just use the back of my spoon. I'm packing it down a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our apples and put them in that pie dish that I showed you earlier. You could use any dish that you have as long as it has like a rim to it, because you're going to also add in a little bit of your apple cider. I was going to say apple cider vinegar. A little bit of your apple cider into it as well. So let me show you. Just use a cup of the apple cider because the rest of it is going to go into that large pot. your large pot that you pull out. So here we go. We're going to bake them. And like I said, I just preheat the oven to 350 degrees. And I'm just going to pop this whole pie dish right in there, and we're going to cook it for about an hour and 10 minutes, or until the apples start to get really soft and they start to kind of fall apart and smell absolutely divine. Okay, so let's move on to the next step while our apples are baking. We're going to cut our orange in half, and we're going to take those whole cloves that I showed you earlier. By the way, look at that. I just love the look of citrus. I think it is so beautiful. Look at that orange. It just looks so appetizing. Okay, anyway, we're going to take our cloves. Here they are. Pretty cool. What we're going to do is we're going to pierce these cloves into the orange. So I'm using about 10 of them, or maybe 11. I don't know. Use like 10 to 12 cloves and just go ahead and pierce them into the orange, just like that. About 5 to 6 on each side. And that's just going to help the cloves, you know, stay in place while everything is simmering and boiling away on the stove. It's pretty easy to pierce through. I also know that some families do like to use, you know, oranges and cloves as decoration, you know, like holiday decoration, which I think is so cute. Looks really good, and it's a very fun project to do with kids. They seem to like this kind of thing. So there we go. That is what we are doing for this recipe today. Let's move on to our lemons. Like I said, we're gonna cut one lemon in half and juice it, and that's gonna go straight into our mixture. And then the other lemon, we are going to thinly slice it, and that is also going to go straight into our mixture. But we just want a little bit with juice, or a little bit of juice, and then some slices, because it looks so pretty to have the slices of lemon, you know, just floating around in the mixture. At least I think so. It looks so good. So here are our lemon slices. Try to get them as thin as you can. And yeah, absolutely gorgeous. So pretty. Okay, we've got our lemons ready. Now what we're gonna do is add our orange, our cinnamon sticks, our star anise pods, there they go, into our large pot. And then what we're gonna do is add in the rest of the cider, so the whole gallon, all of it. Fill it up, and then we're gonna put in our I was about to say apple slices. No. Our lemon slices and our lemon juice as well. So here we go. Here goes all the cider. And I love watching the oranges bob up to the top. It's so fun. This is a really, really fun dish to make, or not dish, but beverage, holiday beverage, to make when you're going to have a party or like some type of holiday dinner or event. It's so fun to have this one just bubbling away on the back of the stove, and it just makes the whole kitchen and the whole place really smell like holiday cheer. It's so wonderful. And also, I didn't mention this earlier, but I was doing research. By the way, you're gonna bring it to a boil and then simmer it on low for an hour. Okay, pretty important to say. Anyway, I learned that wassail basically translates to like go in good health, like I was saying, and I think it has roots all the way back to Old English. Pretty cool. Old Norse and English tradition. So I thought that was pretty cool. Also, you guys, I'm serving this with my zucchini bread. I don't know if you saw that over there, but definitely check out my zucchini bread recipe because it paired so beautifully with this cider. Anywho, I kind of got distracted there. So yeah, we're just gonna bring this to a simmer now. Bring it down to a simmer since it started to boil away. And we're gonna give it like an hour to just get all incorporated and all the flavors infused and all that jazz. And it just looks so good. And I can almost smell it through the screen right now. Oh, I love it so much. So anyway, yeah, we're just going to give it 1 hour. And then 1 hour later, your baked apples will be ready and it will be done simmering. So you can basically combine the apples and the cider. And that is pretty much it, other than the cranberry juice, which you're going to throw in after. So here are our apples. Look at them. And I'm just going to take a spoon and show you how they are pretty much like falling apart. Very, very, very soft. and fragile. So when you are taking these and putting them into your cider, be very, very careful, especially because the cider is really hot and the apples are really hot. So go ahead and just use caution. And I used tongs and a ladle to kind of carefully and gently put them into the cider, just like so. And remember, it's full of that brown sugar and spice mixture, which is also freaking molten hot. So just be careful. No one wants to go to the ER during the holiday seasons, but just be careful. All right, so go ahead and place the apples into the cider. And what you're going to do is just mix it really well, get everything well incorporated, get all the flavors intermingled, and add any remaining liquid from the baked apple pie dish as well, because it's just going to add and build more flavor. Why not, right? So there it is. That's it. That's it, pretty much done. The last step, I promise this is the last one, is to mix in the cranberry juice. And then I like to use the whole cranberries as a garnish for each individual serving that I dish out. But that's pretty much it. Just give the cider a really good stir after you put in that cranberry juice, and bada boom, bada bang. That's it. You got it. And it'll last for about a week or maybe a week and a half in the fridge, and that's pretty much it. It's absolutely divine. Such a good holiday party drink, or if you're having a Christmas dinner, it's a great drink to have on the side. And you can enjoy it cold or hot. It's totally up to you. I prefer it hot. I think it's the best. It's like a warm, spiced drink that just makes you feel super cozy inside. And like I said, you can put your whole cranberries right on top, just like that. And when you are ready to put it in the fridge and store it away for later, just go ahead and remove all of the whole fruit and the spices and the cinnamon stick and the star anise pod, and then go ahead and put it into some containers, and it'll last for about a week and a half, like I said. So there you guys go. And salutations, I guess. This is a wonderful holiday cheer beverage. So I just want to say cheers. And by the way, thanks to all my new subscribers. It's wonderful to have you here. Bye.